Finally, okay, best interview tips. I always want to end the class with several simple tips that you can take away. Okay, but of course, for some of the things, you really have to go back, watch it over and over again for the ideas to sink in. Okay, so digest. But the best interview tips are like this: begin to prepare early. You don't prepare your interviews and resumes and the cover letter maybe 2-3 weeks before your job. Actually, ideal time for me is 6 months. Okay, so you always have to prepare yourself for interviews ahead of time. Until you can clearly explain the type of position you want, nobody can help you find it or hire you to do it. So if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you're good at, okay, don't find a job. Because until you know what you are capable of, no one can help you. No one wants to hire you if you don't know. So prepare yourself. Even prepare yourself to think about what kind of strength you have, what kind of things you can offer. Okay, so prepare early. Number 2, pause before you answer. It's very important for you to think clearly. Oftentimes, we're so quick on responding, and which is a good thing. I mean, in a job interview, really, there's no time for you to pause. Maybe like 3 seconds to 5 seconds is okay, but you always need to have a clear, structured answer. So take a moment to think about your response, okay? So what can you do? It helps you to think, slow you down, calm you down, and they get rid of filler words. So if you don't pause and think your answer through, you will have a lot of filler words like so it's very annoying. Don't do that. I do that sometimes and I don't like it. I don't recommend it. Not professional enough. So words, tip number 3, filler words like, kinda, sorta, stuff, things. Okay, it makes you sound very unintelligent. Doesn't sound very smart. So I do use some of the words sometimes because those are filler words. It fill up the gaps, but try not to do that often. Okay, it's just not cool. And number 4 tips is you use the word I more than you or we because you're selling yourself as a brand. Okay. In some situation, like if you're talking to your client in the future, customer in the future, you can use we as a company. In an interview, it's always I, okay? But you can let the team take the credit, but always use I because they want to hear your achievement, not other people's achievement. What have you done, okay? So use I more than we or you, okay? Because even though the focus on what you can offer for the company wants to hear what have you achieved in the past. So I is more important. And finally, ask good questions. So always, by the end of the interview, they will ask you a question like this. Do you have any questions for us? This is a time for you to ask questions. Normal people say, nope, I'm good, it's fine. But create questions that show your research company, okay? So you have to think of questions to show that you have research for the company. So when they ask you, do you have any question? Yes, actually I do, okay? What kind of questions? I would love to know the management style of my supervisor. So when you ask this question, then you turn the interview around. It's that, okay, now it's my turn to decide, okay, if I fit in well with or if the management fit in well with my style. So what's the style like? I would love to know the management style of my supervisor. Number 2, what kind of assignment might I expect during the first 6 months? Very good. It's like you already assume that you'll be working here. So I want to know what kind of things I need to do. Okay? But of course, you ask in a nice tone. Okay? Like you can't wait. What kind of assignment? Okay? Might I expect during the next 6 months? Okay? So it's like you can't wait to work there. Number 3 questions. What are the strengths of the organization or the department? So you pick one to ask. Okay, so what are the strengths of the department? Okay, very professional. You are not questioning the ability of the company. You are genuinely interested in this particular department because it's not something that you can research on and you really want to find out. So you can talk about the strengths. Okay, what are the strengths of this department that I will be working at? Okay, so to show that you are very interested, you want to learn more about the company. Number 4, in what ways of the career with your company better than ones with your competitor? Now you are really judging. So could you tell me, okay, what you can offer me that's better than other competitor? Okay, because I value myself as a professional. So my effort should be rewarded. Okay, so what can you give me? We're not talking about salaries or benefits. We're talking about the career. Okay, so it's a good question, not a bad one. Next one, what is one of the challenge facing your staff right now? And it shows that you want to be able to provide solutions. So what kind of challenges? So if it's a good interviewer, they will share with you the challenges and that you can help. So it's a good opportunity to extend a little further to provide more values in this with this question. Next one, how is the current economy affect your organization? And you can follow up by what you know. Because, for example, the coronavirus situation has impacted many industries. So what about your current, or what about the economy that's impacting the organization right now? So you provide the genuine concerns, okay? And also maybe you offer solutions as well. So it's a good question to ask. So just to wrap up with this class, the interview is not a test to determine if you have studied the correct answers to the interview question. For this reason, you need to prepare, okay? So it's not a test for you to memorize everything. And that is why we prepare, okay? We prepare the interview by memorizing important points you want to showcase your strength. Points only, not the whole answer, okay? Because your answer has to come from your heart. Okay, if you memorize everything, it comes from up here, not down here. So, memorize the points, okay? Remember the structure. Don't remember everything in your head because there's so much going on in the interview. You will be so nervous that you cannot find answers, okay, at the time. So that's the advice that you really, really have to take seriously. Prepare, memorize by points, speak from your heart, follow the structure.